In this video, we're going to talk about transformation. So, what is transformation? Transformation is basically a broad term in computer graphics that includes position, rotation, and scale. A broad term because transformation not exists only in 3ds Max, but it actually exists in almost every graphic software out there, whether it is 2D software or 3D software. Okay, let's start with position or movement. To move an object in 3ds Max, we need to be in move mode, which is this button up here. You can also access it via shortcut W on the keyboard, or you can right-click to open the quad menu and choose Move from here. When we select an object, notice this colorful arrow appear on the object. These arrows are called transform gizmo and is there to help us moving our object. To move the object along the x-axis, simply move our mouse over the red arrow, which indicate the color of the x-axis, and then click and drag. Notice our object cannot be moved except in the direction of the x-axis. It will not move along the y nor the z-axis. The same principle applies to the green arrow, where we can only move to the y direction, and also apply to the blue arrow, which is the z-axis. In this mode, we cannot move the objects to y or x direction. Okay, now sometimes we want to move objects in a plane. For example, we want it to move along the x and y plane. So how can we do that? We can do this by grabbing this small elbow that connects the x and y arrow. Doing this will make both y and x axis active at the same time, so we can move this object around along the x and y plane. And again, the same concept applies to z and x plane, and it also applies to z and y plane. Before we move on, notice there is a small rectangle in the center of the gizmo. This rectangle is actually used to constrain the movement to a plane, but it's not using any of the axes. Instead, it uses our eyes, or rather the orientation of our virtual camera in the viewport as the movement plane, sometimes referred to the screen plane. Using this rectangle, we'll move the object freely relative to our view or our screen orientation. Now let's move on to the rotation mode. To go to the rotation mode, we need to click this button up here. You can use shortcut E on the keyboard, or you can right-click to open the quad menu and simply click this rotate button down here. Now that we are in rotate mode, notice how the transform gizmo changes to rotation transform gizmo, which looks like a bunch of colorful circles on our selected object. Until now, you probably already guessed that transform gizmo can be a quick feedback that informs us in what transformation mode we are actually in. These circles tell us right away that we are in rotation mode. These circles work almost the same like the arrows we see before in move mode. The blue one, for example, will constrain the rotation so that it uses the z-axis as the rotational axis. Same thing also applies to y-axis, which is the green one. This will constrain the rotation to y-axis. And the last one, the red one, which will constrain the rotation only to x-axis. You might notice that we also have this big white circle, and this is actually used to constrain the rotation using the screen space, or it uses our eyes orientation as the rotational axis. Now, what if we want to rotate object freely or without any constraint? Well, we can do that also. Just move your mouse at the center of the gizmo without touching any of the axis constraint circles, and then just click hold and drag around. We can see the object now rotate freely as we drag the mouse. Okay, now we're going to discuss the scale mode. To access the scale mode, we can click this button up here. You can use R as the keyboard shortcut, or you can also use the quad menu by right-click and choose Scale down here. To scale the object uniformly, you need to select the inner triangle, which is this one, and click drag the mouse. Now you can see the object become bigger or smaller as we move our mouse back and forth. If we want to scale only at certain axis, for example the x-axis, we can grab the red one only and scale it out like so. And we can see the scale happens only the x-axis. The same concept also applies to the z-axis and also to the y-axis. We can also scale on the XY plane by grabbing this elbow which connects the X and Y axis, notice the scale happens only on the x and y plane. And the same concept also applies to the zx plane and also the zy plane. Okay, now let's draw our attention to this area down here, where we can find x, y, and z values. And let's go back to the move mode for now. These values actually tell the coordinate or the position of the object in 3D space. Notice if I select the object and move this around, you can see these values changes. Now, if we are in the rotate mode, what you will see in this area is actually the rotation value of each axis in degrees. Notice when I rotate around the z-axis, the z value changes accordingly. Okay, now if we are in the scale mode, these values are actually in percentage. So 100 for each axis is the normal value for scaling. 100 means there is no scaling happens on the object. Notice if I scale out this object on the x-axis only, we can see the x scale value will become larger than 100%. Sometimes you need to show or hide the transform gizmo. You can toggle this on or off by going to the view menu and click this show transform gizmo button. Sometimes you also need to make the transform gizmo bigger or smaller. Well, you can do that actually by using the minus key and the equal key on the keyboard, which is located on top of letter P key and brackets key. Press minus to make it smaller and press equal to make it bigger.